Welcome to the advisory, the first and last advice show that this week, James, is getting all types of romantic. This is going to be a romantic kind of episode. Okay, we're going to be buying flowers, we're going to be buying chocolates, and we're going to be really taking a deep dive into my dating apps is essentially the kind of the thrust of it. As promised last week, Colin asked slash threatened for this to happen. And when Colin makes a demand, we deliver. So that's what we're doing this week. Now, James, there are two types of applications that we're talking about here. I primarily use Hinge, and then we've also got Tinder. I haven't really got a good Tinder profile set up.
Then there is one app that we will be looking at. I said it last week, and I'll say it again this week. I want to take the basket that's got all your eggs in it, and that's Hinge, baby.
Now, the rules are simple. I will push back the least amount possible on decisions you make here.
Right.
Hinge more like cringe. Yeah, Bleach on the Rocks got me good. I'm going to push back the least amount possible. Colin and James and you in the chat are entirely in control here. I'm just going to provide guidance on how these applications work. And maybe if you want to change a photo, I can kind of suggest some alternatives and things like that. But for the most part, I'm just an unwilling spectator.
Right. So okay, so you've got a bevy of picks lined up as well for potential alternative options.
Yeah, I grabbed a couple. Actually, let me check if I did. I just don't know if I put them on my phone yet.
Okay. Your phone just the it's not on stream, but your phone is on my other monitor, so keep the nudes to a minimum, okay, while the stream's going.
What would I have called it? Stream images. How do I? Oh no! How do I? Now we're running into the issue of I don't know how to use the technology I own. Can I not just like?
What's the what's the goal here? Are we saying? Because I think, look, my personal belief is that a curated Hinge profile gets DMAC more babes than solo DMAC. I don't want to sound bad. I'm just saying, hey, this is a community effort. Okay. I'm just saying, I think we can really.
I'm relying on your expertise, the audience, to help me get more matches.
Right.
Do you know
is this like we leave it up for a week type thing and then we compare that week's?
Oh yeah, well, because next week's show is also about dating, so we'll be coming back to this. This might just be the winter of Hinge. Like, I don't know where this is going, James.
Yeah.
Okay. This could be the show now. The other thing is I did some pre-research. So I was out at an event last night and I asked other people what they thought of my profile because I wanted to get a baseline for kind of their perspective on it, right?
Yes.
Because I figured we need to know what people think of it now in order to compare what people think of it once you guys have meddled.
Right.
Or revised, I suppose.
Now, okay, but do we want to hear other people's opinion of it, which potentially colors ours before we've seen it?
No,
or do we want to see the profile first and then we want to know? And here is what the Peanut Gallery also thought.
That was a close call. Yeah, so this is what I did, Colin, is I went to the women I know at the event who will give me honest feedback, and that is what I solicited. But James is 100% right. I don't want to like come in here and tell you this, that, or the fifth thing and change your, preconceived notions.
Yeah, this was a work event. So was this sort of like, was this you be like, oh, hi, Lauren from accounts. I know you don't know me, but you've done a lot of my pay slips. Anyway, I just wanted to get your honest feedback. Here's me on the internet. How would you rate me?
No. It was more like, look, there was a table of us.
Right.
And we were
and he said, hey guys, here's my phone. Don't swipe. Do not swipe. I have a ton of nippy and dick pics on that. Keep
so
it
many
on
nudes.
the app. And now give us your feedback.
I don't think I have. I think my phone is relatively safe, is what I would say. as far as that goes. But yeah, I basically like I went to the table and I was like, hey,
Prove it.
I couldn't. You can't prove a negative, James. Everyone knows that. But I
Right.
was like, listen, I cannot explain to you why I need you to do this because it's so ridiculous. I don't want to get into the fact that it's for a show. I just was like, just tell me what you think. You know, what do you reckon about this? And that was how I pitched it. And
Yeah.
you know me, James. I can fucking sell ice to an Eskimo. I can convince, anyone of anything. That's why, everyone is always saying that he's the silver-tongued stud. It started good and got away from me.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
oh. None of
yeah,
it's
it's
good because you know what
got
you're
away from
also
me.
saying? You
Got
just
away
said you're
from
like,
me.
oh, I can sell ice to an Eskimo, right, guys? Which means you're like, hey, guys, I know that my profile is made of piss, okay? And I know that profile reflects me in the dating realm. So what you're saying is my sexual prospects are also made of piss. Now, if you'll give me the opportunity to, next to my profile, also pitch you at the same time, I think I can really get us nicely
If
seated and comfortable with the Hinge profile
listen,
that I've
Sarah,
got now.
if you simply allow me to have 5 minutes of your time to present to you this pitch deck,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah,
And just to
okay,
answer
so
Colin there, no, not a famous saying, not a popular saying at all. No one says any of the words that he just said, which I'm surprised he went with that silver tongue stud because he has behind closed doors before referred to himself as the silver tongue saucy daddy. And I asked
that
him
was a
to never
private
say that
conversation.
again.
That was a
Um,
private conversation.
right, and I'm just glad that that wasn't what was said. You know,
James, what gets said in the board meetings of Black Swan Society is confidential.
right?
How dare you share that with the listener and the audience tonight?
Well, to be fair, you brought in a whole deck, and you were like, "Hey guys, I'm pitching new nicknames. The one I'm going with is the silver tongued saucy daddy, and now I would like all of you to call me that. And here is now a 5-minute presentation backed by my Google Slides on why you shall all do that. Thank you."
Well, look, it was that, or it was D Easy, D Money. Those were the only two up. I'm not very good at it. Those are the two.
I liked when the entire room said, "We're just gonna call you David," and you sheepishly went, "No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time."
I've started to realize that not having any influence, control, or shares in the company really puts me in this position in those conversations. Okay.
He's nuts. Perfect.
Let's just move on because I don't think I'm going to come off any better if we talk about this anymore.
You should have gone with that one,
James.
Yeah, and just quickly to answer Colin's question there, I am wondering if putting Silver Tongue Saucy Daddy somewhere in the profile might not have actually boosted numbers. You know, we can never be sure. We can never be sure. So,
okay.
Are we just flicking over to your profile? Are we doing it live?
Here's what I'm going to say. We'll flick across. We'll do it live. We will step through what's there.
Okay.
And then you guys can tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you the feedback I got last night, and then that should give us a path forward.
Definitely. Let me just take some of the pretty fancy language off of what he just said there. Guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to assess the damage, and then we're going to see whether it's a tear down and reconstruction, or if there's really any fucking meat on these bones.
Wow.
To fucking keep the base structure standing, and we can probably just kick a lot of time, energy, resources, and money into trying to pretty this thing up. So
you son of a bitch. All right. Okay. So profile. Let's see. View. So this is the order in which, like, it basically scroll down the order in which someone else would see it.
This is the landing page. This is, I click your profile. This is the first thing I see.
Yeah, as you're going through profiles, this is what you see.
Okay.
It makes you choose pronouns, and obviously I'm he, him.
So we've got he, him. So it says welcome to Casa de David. Enjoy your stay.
Enjoy your stay.
Pronouns he, him, and then we've got immediately confused. Immediately confused. Thank you, Colin. It's a very good point because the dos hombres that you've got in the
So
first picture is a real fucking. It's a real throw off because you're like, oh, who am I
which
getting
one?
here? A little grab
Yeah.
bag. Which
Yeah.
one's the E's nuts? You know?
I also so that was exactly the feedback I got last night
Yeah.
on this. Is like the first picture should be a solo picture.
Yeah, lost
Also,
in the
in
sauce.
retrospect, I shouldn't have picked a photo with the most attractive man I know.
Right. I don't see me in there, but sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you.
Sorry. So we do need to address the first image problem. I will agree
Yeah.
with that.
Do we want to? But do we want to? Like, can we just get a lay of the land? Let's assess
what I'm
the
saying.
damage.
I'm not changing
I don't
anything.
want to. I don't want to say anything. I just want to see where we're at.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, but that was noted as well.
Okay, now I'm gonna read it out, obviously, because there'll be audio listeners.
Yeah.
So under the confusing Dos Hombres picture, where we are leveled with my simple pleasures, clean apartment, cold beer, good art.
I should explain.
No.
Because you haven't.
This is an assessment. This is just
No.
a run through.
This is more of a form
you can
thing.
come back and you can.
No. This is not about what I've written. I just want to explain the form of the application, which is so you have to provide up to 5 photos and at least 3 photos, and you have to provide 3 text prompts as well.
They give you prompts and then you answer them.
Yeah, and you pick from like a list of like 50 different prompts. So the my simple pleasures bit you could replace with like, don't you hate it when, and then you type your thing. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. I get it.
So then you've got like a panel of vitals.
Right. So we've got 28, straight, 5'9", author/producer. Misleading. Just gonna hold off on that for now. Hold off on my comments.
We'll get to it.
Agnostic, Brisbane, other, looking for a long-term relationship. Okay, perfect.
The other is political because the options are like liberal or conservative, and like liberal here means something different than what. So I just put it as other because I don't want to.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, then we've got a little rough, tough tumble. Who's this man in the night? D-Mac in a sweater.
Yeah.
Colin says we all love a clean apartment, but does that make you seem uptight? Maybe. Okay.
I am uptight.
Okay.
James,
and
you've
Bleak
known me
says 5'9" is the best height because it's 69 inches tall.
Oh.
If you can work that in there, I think that might be beneficial.
That's fun.
Okay.
Colin, I am uptight, so that makes sense.
All right. The obligatory I'm around other human beings photo. I'm not an insane
not a
person.
giant weirdo.
Yeah. All right. Typical Sunday. Late breakfast. I'm going to read it how I assume you wrote it. Typical Sunday. Oh, fuck me. Typical Sunday. Late breakfast. I can't with him laughing in the background. Late breakfast. Book on the balcony. Big walk. Beers in the arvo. Cook something comforting. Try not to fall asleep on the couch. That's how I imagine it was written. All right. Yeah, I know.
Forever.
Yep. Bleachers. Yep. Let's. I feel like we should be adding these notes down because these are all. We can circle back. We can see them all.
All right, we got the live chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I didn't think about this. You can't hear the audio.
Yeah.
But this is a video of me. It's like the last ball that we had, and it's a video of me playing golf from the back.
Yeah.
And I hook it so badly that my friend Kate, who's recording, goes, "Wow, that's embarrassing. I have this on video."
Right. So you chose to, and you can. Sorry, a normal person flicking through the app can hear that audio.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little unmute button.
Right.
But it's funny. It's a funny like.
Okay. That did come through. I'm gonna turn it way down though.
Did it?
Hold on.
Okay,
Yeah.
You tell me when you've adjusted it, and I'll
Okay.
Oh right, because I'm screen sharing on Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Are you ready?
Go now. Yeah, you're gonna.
Just waiting for the start of the video. Oh, it
Right.
cut off the
Okay.
end bit. That's
Yeah.
weird, but all right.
But it has a lady in the background,
Going,
somewhat
ooh.
moaning about it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, being really disappointed.
For sure. Together we could get a bit tipsy and try to topple the conservative right. Okay. The advertisement for my life would look like, and then it's a
Have to
photo of you,
describe.
it's hanging out on the couch, same black hoodie making an appearance, with a glass of something. Okay, yep.
Yep.
And then just okay. Okay. I think I know what you've done with the end photo here, but let's keep it here for a second. And no, I don't want to, if this is a friend of yours, I don't know. I don't want to like besmirch anyone, right?
Oh, I'm curious what what do you think happened? Hang on.
I
What do you think?
I think that right at the end, right? You want to leave people with the best impression right at the end. So what David's done is he's done what I think he believes is a favorable comparison for him. It's a nice little, here's me, here's fucking something else you could get with, but here's me. And that's his little, hey, before
That's
you get out
funny.
of here, here's me, DE's nuts, and some fucking fuckhead. And that's
What's that
how,
like
that.
what's that Hot Spice ad where he's like, look at your man, now look at now back to me. Like it's, you think it's that?
A little bit, yeah. I think you've gone with a little comparison here on the outro for sure.
Okay. I won't okay, let's do this. I'm going to tell you what people said about this last night.
Okay.
First of all, in the comments, sound off your general thoughts. That's the whole profile. I'm going to slowly scroll through it so you can kind of review as I explain what people were saying last night.
For sure.
So everyone agreed that the first picture should be a solo picture. So that's something that we need to address.
Yes.
The way that people were being polite, but they called Clean Apartment Cold Beer good art. One of my kind of what I would consider a friend who's not just like a coworker, she said she was like, it's gonna self-select out people that aren't the kind of people you want to date. So that's good, but it is gonna limit the people that are liking you. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Vitals, I don't know what options I have to edit these. No one really had any comments. The author producer thing, someone else brought up as well because I was at a work event. They know I'm a software engineer. And the 4 or 5 women I spoke to were like, no, this is good because that's a really unique thing about you that is like a huge part of your life. It's a hook that someone can be like, oh, author producer, I fucking love books, or like, it's something that they can engage with and get involved in.
Definitely. I just don't think we should begin a relationship on a lie. You know?
Is that not how you guys do it?
It's true, but this is asking you what your job title is. And I think that at the end of the financial year, when you are filling out your paperwork and it says like, the type of work you do you put author, producer, software engineer, or do you just put software engineer?
Well, so for my job, software engineer, but for my company, obviously, I think it's like creative director is what I set up. That's like, because you have to put something.
Right.
But I do the deductions for the creative stuff.
Okay.
Because author isn't an option in that drop down.
What do you mean drop down? What do you? Oh, you're doing like a solo tax thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you make a good point, which is like by day software engineer, but then this is the rest of my life. We can fix it we can change it later. I just wanted to explain what they were saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Colin says landing profile pic. That should be pick number 1. Which picture, Colin? Do you think should be number 1? And Bleach on the Rock says needs more jokes in the profile. Yeah, we got to work on that.
Yeah.
Typical Sunday, everyone was like, yeah, this is good, but it's not giving enough. There's not enough here, so maybe choose a different prompt and see if there's something else you can offer. Everyone liked the golf thing because I think they all like laughing at me. That's, well, maybe this is more about me than anything. Everyone, literally everyone, and I'm sure what you think of this prompt here, which is together we could get a bit tipsy and try to topple the conservative right. Literally everyone was like, that is the most David fucking thing of all time. Like just immediately they were like, yeah, that's you. It's gonna self-select out again.
Okay, dude. This is the mistake that everyone makes. All right. This is like every fucking business is mistaking their communication efforts. Every fucking everyone, everywhere, ever. It's not about you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's about the other person. It's
Mhm.
about what you're trying to achieve here. And
Okay.
someone being like, "Hey, this is really you," or whatever. Is that what you? I mean, that's not what you want, but is that what you want?
I think it's a balancing act, right? Like, because what you don't want is to waste your time going through a conversation. It's one of the things that, like, it. You said something. Might have been 6 months ago when we were on the couch getting drunk, and you were going through my profile and swiping and stuff. And something you said, which I completely agree with, is if you go into it with the mindset of like, yeah, I'm just trying to like meet new people and like have a valuable anything, like an exchange or whatever. Like you come into it open minded. I think there is a balancing point between doing that, like being like, yeah, I just want, because one of the dudes last night was saying that he gets like, because his profile is so generic. Like mine's not that specific. It's medium specific. His is the most generic. And he's like, yeah, I just get matches all the time and I go on a million dates and they're all shitty. And my experience has been I go on maybe like a date a month if I'm constantly using it, something like that. And they're all pretty good. None of them are like have worked into that space where it's like, oh, it's a relationship except for one or two. But they're always people that I kind of know I'm going to get along with. So I don't know. That's what I want the panel for. That's
I
what I
would
need y'all to help me figure
I
out.
would argue then that we don't continue doing what you're doing because you go, "Hey, the dates were good." Well, if the dates are so great, where's the second? Where's the third? Where's the fourth? You know what I mean? Like maybe you
It's
do need to
possible that I
go
have.
more generic, widen the net. Perfect, Colin. Colin says widen the net a bit, and
Yeah.
then you know you let in some other people. I think you might have an idea of the type of person that would suit the type of person that you are,
Hmm.
and I don't think that that's going to be the best thing. I mean, the
Hmm.
first thing my grandma said to me, and this is less about the accuracy of the thing that she said and more about how much of a cunt she is. Um, like
Okay.
one of the first times she met Samantha, she was like, "Oh, what star sign is she?" And I was like, "Oh, Scorpio." And she's like, "Huh, Scorpio and Taurus never get along." 16 years deep. So suck that one.
And you said,
Suck that
and
one,
you said,
Chima.
and you said, well, star signs aren't real. So
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think you're onto something, which is I think we need to widen the net.
Mm.
I think we still need to have, but the way that I've been thinking about it is we still want to have some barrier in place in the profile that means I'm not gonna like accidentally. I guess it doesn't matter. The stakes are so low that maybe that doesn't matter. I was gonna say like that I don't match with someone who's like, you know, super like deep alt right or something. But I guess you pick up on that pretty quick.
Okay. Well
Um,
then, in order to it's in order to keep us out of the alt right section, let's not put a swastika in there, and then I think we'll be good.
Smart.
There
Didn't think
isn't
of that.
one, then I think we'll be okay. That's Colin says that one right there is your best picture. You
Yes,
sipping the
that's what
bev. That's landing page.
that's
And
what everyone said last night.
Bleach fucking hates your mirror selfie.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I do as well.
Okay.
So, but there's not a lot of photos of me because I'm not a photo guy. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? I just don't take
Maybe you could scrub back through some videos and grab some screenshots of yourself. You're a
That's
screenshot
possible.
guy, you know?
I'm a
Maybe
screenshot
maybe not a photo
guy.
guy, you're a screenshot
I'm a
guy.
screenshot guy. Okay, so everyone agreed that was the best photo of me, and also
Yeah.
people noted they were like, "That is also the most accurate current representation of what you look like, especially with the beard." So I was like, "That's true." Um,
Right.
this picture, this is so funny that you had that reaction.
Yeah, what's happening down here with this bottom picture, this little
So
outro image that you've got?
I put even less thought into this than what you had described
Right.
because there are so few photos. I took this photo. This is my buddy Dan. We
Yeah.
were having a drink and he went, "Oh yeah, like I went to Terrace, which is a Catholic school I went to for like 2 years before I left
Mm.
because Catholic schools are awful." And he goes, yeah, I was taught by, such and such a teacher. And I went, in what year? And he went, this year. And I went, that's my mum, bro. And so, like,
Right.
apropos of just Brisbane being a small place,
Right. So
he was
this
told by my mother.
photo that you took was for your mum.
I sent it to my mum and I was like, do you remember such and such a Dan? And she went, oh my God, I do. How the fuck do you know him? And I was like, we've been homies for like 4
Oh my
years.
God, I know that fucking interrupting fucking chatting piece of shit. Interrupting my
know that
goddamn
motherfucker.
curriculum fucking cunt. Yeah, I know him. Why?
He was always on his phone in class.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I had put, it was a more recent, I don't know what I had there previously, but it was before I'd been growing out the beard. So it might have just been the first nice photo I had that
Right.
looked more like me.
What's everyone else's thoughts on this final picture? Am I way off the mark on this being a comparative outro image? I don't know. It could be. Let's do this. Are we all agreed that the first change is this guy's coming to the top? The image of me drinking the whiskey. Okay.
Is that the landing page photo? First and last should have been swapped. Okay. James, what do you think?
I think we get I don't like how he's partially cut off of the pic while the other guy is in it. Yeah, that's a good point.
Good point. These are all that's more of a photography selfie note.
I don't really like I think the lighting in this one pretty dog shit. I think composition's not great. I mean, ever heard of a little rule called thirds? Little rule of thirds, mate?
Okay. Let's start here. So I'm looking at the editing interface. This is for the audio listener. Looking at the editing interface, we can kind of drag these around as needed.
Yeah.
To reorder them. I'm going to leave it where it is for right now. I'm just trying to explain how drag and reorder. We can X a prompt. We can reorder them. But in Xing it, it's going to say, for example, if I go replace, it's going to bring up all of the prompts. It categorizes them. We can just view them all if we want to. And we can go through and pick something.
Right.
So that's kind of how this works. We've also got the vitals. So if I go to edit so then you've got the kind of, they call them virtues, but they mean vitals. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But you've got all of the different fields. Some of them you can hide, some of them you can show. We can tweak that as well.
Okay.
So where do you want to start?
We get that image at the top as fast as humanly possible.
Done. Let's have a look. Boom, boom, done. Do you want to change the prompt attached to the image?
What other prompts can you go with?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh God, there's a lot. I've seen on my mum's fridge. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My vulnerable side. You had to be there. I feel famous when. Guess the backstory. The one dance trend that I nailed? Is that for like Gen Z? Maybe? I don't know. My proudest moment. I thought I deleted this one. My favorite thing to do was social distancing. Fashion Week, subtitles. James, jump in if something here screams out to you. My video most likely to win an Oscar, me and my best friend. Life outtake. Pre-coffee me? All right. The advertisement for my life would look like that's what it currently has. Are you a cat person? Because get someone who looks at you like
this sucks. This is good. The worst. I think you just leave. I think you leave what you've got there because
that's
these
what I'm saying.
Suck.
Yeah, they're not good.
Unless we go with my best blue steel. Because it's somewhat accurate.
That is true.
Yeah.
My good side, that's very vain.
Colin said, is Hinge an app where you can swipe pics or do you get a chance to actually look at the profile before?
I'll show you. Actually, that's a good point.
You get to look at the whole profile.
Of what it, yeah. I'll show you in a second. Let's leave it as is. We can always change it in a second. I'll just show you what it's like from my side of the fence. So this is like the explore panel. This is just the first person that showed up. So you get to scroll through their whole thing like we were doing, and then you can like it.
She's an industrial designer. What's that?
Yeah.
What is?
I don't know. Dating me is like a box of Cadbury favorites, just full of surprise. That's good. It's good. Typical Sunday, beach, brekkie, caffeine. an outdoorsy adventure. Something that you guys should also be aware of if you're not on dating apps is everyone is obsessed with adventure. You have to be like an adventurous person or adventurous spirit. You have to want to go hiking and traveling, and you have to
I've heard
have a
that.
perpetual
Yeah,
sense of
I've
wanderlust.
heard that a lot of that is it's essentially people saying no fatties, but without saying
Yeah,
no fatties.
that's
They're like, hey,
exactly
I'm looking for someone who's adventurous, who's outdoorsy, who likes to hike. And you're like, okay, we get what you, yeah.
So you can like them or whatever, and then it'll just go to the next one, and you'll see like the
Industrial designers plan, design, develop, and document industrial, commercial, or consumer products for manufacture, with particular emphasis on ergonomic human factors.
oh, okay,
Fatties
cool.
can hike. That's a good point. Bleach,
true.
but I feel like their whole point is to, it's them saying something without saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the subtext is pretty loud on that
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Okay. Do we keep buff arms folded guy, or is he doing you a disservice?
He's very good looking. Do you want to see the other pictures that I sourced, and then I've
Yes.
also got just my camera roll.
Yeah.
So these were just the ones I went through my camera Dropbox folder from like the last 3 years. These are the ones where I was like, these seem good.
Also,
there's not
Colin,
a ton of them.
I just Colin said to shove him at the bottom. I think
We might replace him.
I think the bottom is, I think we either get him out of there completely or we like slot him in the middle. The last thing you want to do is, before you send them back out into the bevy of potential suitors that they could swipe through and reply to, you don't want to, at the very last image, remind them, hey, this fucking hottie's out there somewhere. And then they're like, oh yeah, fuck this David guy. You know, and
what makes it worse is if you know him, like he's like considerate, funny, interesting. He's like nerdy but can do stuff with his hands. Like he's a handy guy, but he's also smart and considerate. Like he's the whole package. And even being next to him makes me feel like I'm less than, you know?
And Bleach makes a very good point. He thinks that they think the profile needs a thirst trap pic, and that's what it's missing. I think that that's very true. And I don't know if you've got this, but just, what does that look like? It's you topless making something on a fucking pottery wheel, is what it is.
I don't have that, but I have a shirtless picture of me holding a spatula. It's
that
from like
could, that could be it. Nip up! Oh! Fine, we'll have a look at it after.
Okay, I'll have to find that in the background. But so here's what I got. I sent that to you the other night. Folks,
we don't want to remind them of a serial killer, okay?
Yeah.
And this is giving very, I'll wear your skin energy.
Yeah,
bad.
Sure. For the audio listener, it's me wearing a charcoal face mask. I look like the Riddler from the Batman.
That's 2 great points. It's a little
charcoal
okay.
face.
All right,
we're moving on. Okay, this is from a rally for global warming that I went to, climate change. It's a picture of me holding a sign that says "Never trust an atom; they make up everything." Bit of fun, James.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, and I just want to see if this still works. Never mind. Was trying to do a flush sound effect on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's one of the options. You'll notice that the rest of these are all from the same day. Yeah. We can always go look through my camera roll for other stuff, but this is the other side of the boat with me and the boys. Beer. You know, we can crop these, but it's not a great photo of me because I look like I got one fucking eye closed. You know?
Yeah.
Not a great.
You look shit canned in this photo. Yeah.
Ironically, the first beer of the day.
Okay. Sure. We'll take your word on it.
What the fuck is happening? Yo, the screen share is changing to adapt to the what do you call it? To the
orientation?
Not orientation. To the aspect ratio of the photos.
Oh, okay. So we're not.
So you're not seeing the
Ugh.
full.
Do you-
That's fucked.
I don't know if you want to put you and other women in your dating profile.
Again, these were just photos I had of me.
Okay.
But you know, you could crop that however you want. It's not a
For
great
sure.
photo of me anyway. That's the photo that we have in there currently.
Yep.
And then this is the other photo. This is a different picture of that same photo we had in there. The second one. So those are the ones that I grabbed that I was like immediately like, oh, those are like easily available.
Sorry.
I also just have
Sorry,
my
can
entire
you
camera.
go back to that one really quick? And just for me, this is just for me. Can you do a pan across everyone? And then can we get a zoom in on your face?
So happy Alex having a great time.
Yeah,
Kate having a great time.
for sure.
Everyone's just really
Right. What's yeah, it just feels like everyone's in the moment, but you're fully aware that there's a camera there. You know what I mean?
oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
very
it was
posy.
To the point where I was like, I want to be doing anything but this.
Can you just pinch zoom in just a little bit more to crop out all of the hair? That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
That might be,
Is that
we
good
might
for you?
consider that one for the profile, but yeah, we'll be.
Okay. That's right. We'll screenshot him. Whoops. Fuck. The problem is what you're seeing isn't what I'm seeing. So I'm going to replicate
Right.
it on my device very quickly.
For sure, for sure.
Hold on.
Okay.
Horrifying
Everyone just
for
look
you
away.
guys.
Everyone just look away really
Just
quick.
stop looking.
Yeah.
Okay. So picture-wise, we're working with a limited supply. I can always go through my. There's nothing in here that's. I know when the threshold is for stuff that I shouldn't show. So we can also just go and see what other photos are we need to.
Yeah.
For example, when I was at Game Grumps Live, no free rides, but I was there with my big grump hat, which is fun.
Okay. Okay. How are people
Um,
feeling about that?
Unless you know what the Game Grumps are, it's a pretty innocuous thing.
Right. Or just a
Yeah, but
commentary,
yeah.
sort of like on how you're feeling in that moment.
Yeah, how do we feel?
Nay,
Me?
yeah.
Well, yeah, nay. Yeah,
Nay?
exactly.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Not a good look. I know that there is one of me at Gabs, I think. The beer festival. That's me with one set of my 3 parents. You guys can't really see that. What if I turn it? This is a production
The
nightmare.
orientation
me
doesn't
pinch
change
and
at
zoom.
all. Yeah.
You guys can't even see the side of the. This is so hard to do.
Yep. For sure.
What
I
the
think-
fuck? Hold on.
Okay.
Also, the other picture, I don't know if you can see that. There was just a bunch of people at the bar dressed like Where's Waldo? Like Where's Wally?
Right. And you sort of thought, I'll find him.
I found him, James. I snapped him.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here's me. This is the right aspect ratio, thank God.
Okay.
That's your boy. You can't see my other thumb, but I'm thumbs upping the amount of beer that we've drunk. Those are all little beer cups.
Okay.
Those are the ones that I know immediately are in there that are of me.
For sure.
There's me screaming at the football in the background.
Right. Is that sort of? Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to pinch and zoom with this technology.
Okay.
I'm back there.
Yeah, we don't know if that's profile ready. You're like, hey, see that blurry guy screaming in the back?
Here's
Yeah,
you
that's
and
me. That's me.
Here's James. Here's us eating twisties. Twisty fries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's me
What's-
proofing something.
What is the, what? Oh, yeah, that's David. David's face.
That
when
was
he
when
fucking,
you
when
remember this?
he spilled the beer live on all of his shit. A single
Across-
frame of terror.
Literally.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's a man who's seen the face of God right there.
All right. I think your supplier photos probably isn't doing it for us unless that's
Not great.
it's not bad. It's not bad. You
Yeah.
know, it's probably better than a huge buff jack dude on a boat with you. You know,
It's true. That's the precursor to
Oh,
the
this
picture
sort
that
of
you
like
guys
this
saw.
took a cut. Oh
It's a
shit.
short beard.
Okay.
Because I know this image works for me, so it's in rotation as my appearance changes.
Okay. Obviously that makes everyone watching horny. Please write in the chat how horny you are looking at that photo. Thank you.
What is this?
Has you or someone you know bitten a coworker and you thought to yourself, man, I'd love to know what to do about that? And then you thought to yourself, what if I
Oh, is
was
that a promo for our show?
I think so.
Can you hear that or not?
Yeah, we can hear it.
two funny boys talk about it? Well, you can find out on this week's episode of The Advisory. You
Yeah,
can find
that's
it
what
on
that is. Okay.
What if okay, maybe if for a different episode we just scrap all of your photos, we just put up some saucy ones of you, and then a link to a private Instagram that people have to follow.
Okay.
But Bleach likes the protest poster.
It's a fun one. I think this is a cute photo of me and my family. I think as well. I really just genuinely like this photo. I don't know if it's profile worthy. Okay.
Right.
Camera
Fuck it.
rolls
Let's get it in there.
I do a lot of cooking.
Let's cut the bottom one of the guy and we sub that one in, and then we cut Buffs Magoo and we put in the photo of you holding the poster.
Okay, so I'm replacing Buffs Magoo with the family one.
No. Bottom photo family. We're gonna leave them on a wholesome note. And we're gonna make some nerds giggle in the middle of the profile.
Okay.
Which Colin didn't say anything about what was on that poster, but I know that he fucking loves it. He's very into science, you know. Don't let him get it started with his bloody science, mate. He bloody talk your ear off with his you heard about vibrations and stuff. It's a whole big thing.
Okay, we can come back to prompts later, and then so you swap that goes second. Oh no, that's last.
That's
what
last.
am I replacing Buff guy with?
Replacing Buff guy with poster. Protest poster.
We can do prompts later if we need to. This is going to be the entire episode, by the way.
Nailed it.
Because this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what our work so far. Replace mirror selfie. Yeah, we're running short on photos is the issue. Is
it weird? Is it weird if we go wholesome David with a drink, nerdy protest one, and then we come back to slutty David with the fucking slick back and still boozing? Too weird to hit him with a twofer?
You want two of the same? Well, you can make that into a joke though. The first one says because you can also add. I think you can add your own captions. Hold on. Can you? I thought you could. No, you can't. Yo, James, we can do custom captions. This is game changing.
I don't know if you want to caption this one. I feel like it speaks
Not this
for
one.
itself.
No. I just think that's good to know. I didn't know that. So, okay, we've got advertising for life would look like this, which is accurate. Clean apartment, cold beer, good art. Okay, let's just go in order. So you want what order of photos you want to change first?
No, I think you're good. I just think we get rid of mirror selfie and we go slutty David.
Which one's slutty David?
Slutty David was the one where you were talking about how your beard's shorter, and it was one of the 5.
One of the 5. Oh, you mean of the same selfie?
Yeah.
As before? Yeah. That wasn't that far back, was it?
There it is.
Which one do you like?
I can already see it. Bottom right. Full sluts Magoo. There he is.
You think that's the thirst trap?
Yeah, that's the thirst trap picture that we're looking for.
Look at how good my hair looks.
Now, if you, at a later date, what you could... At a later date, you could send me that picture. We'll chuck it into Photoshop, and we'll tell the AI to pop that top off, so we go full slutty DMAC on that one.
Okay. You happy with the order?
Maybe go group selfie. So normal David, poster, group photo, slutty David, golf, family.
Cool. All right. Let's have a little squizzy squiz. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Because I
yep.
figure by the time we get down
Yep.
to Slutty David, we've already forgotten the first one. You know?
That's true. Now, does that have the caption "My best blue steel"?
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. Where was that? Now, James, an important question that we have to ask ourselves is,
Mm.
what are we going to replace the Sunday caption with? And also, what are we going to replace the other caption? Because you didn't like it. We think it's
Yeah.
casting too narrow of a net, you know?
For sure.
That's a real
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
All right. Well, pull
what-
up the prompts. I think we tackled this first one.
Okay. Hey, do you want to keep My Simple Pleasures, Clean Apartment, Cold Beer, Good Art?
That is true. It'd be Bleach makes a good point. It'd be funny if the two captions on those two similar pictures
That's
go
what
together.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think
I
we'll
was
circle
thinking.
back.
We can circle back.
Yeah.
We got. Okay, we're running out of time, but we have time. This is so engrossing. By the way, this is the most fun I've had. This is this is so much fun. Anyway, sorry. Okay. A typical Sunday we need to replace, right? You guys.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. Can you click on it to make it bigger so we can see it?
Yeah.
Right. So typical Sunday, late breakfast, book on the balcony, big walk, beers in the arvo, cook something comforting, and try not to fall asleep on the couch. I get that that's like a typical Sunday. It also sounds like a bit of a nightmare. Peppered with like some of the weirdest way to describe anything. Big walk. Oh yeah, big walk, mate. Would you ever bloody get? Hey, Monday around the water cooler. What'd you get up to the weekend?
trot, mate.
Just a big
Big
bloody walk, mate. Big bloody
Big
walk, me. Yeah.
You've 100% keyed into what I'm trying to do, which is sound less weird. I've tried to take my Sunday and make it seem more relatable.
This is
less weird than
and
what's
this
true.
is the less weird version.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the reality is a lot weird. This is the tamed down version of reality.
Okay. I feel like this is a big one to start with. Do we go with simple pleasures?
You want to edit simple pleasures?
How does everyone feel about simple pleasures?
Bleach, we don't have time.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I kind of want to know what the weird version of that is too, but
the best way I can think of describing it is each of those activities is augmented by another thing.
Sorry, we can't possibly go back to the other one. Go back to the other. We can't possibly keep.
We can change the prompt though.
Clean apartment, cold beer, good art. Can we keep that?
Are you serious? It's simple. It's
not the language of a human being.
I don't sound like a human being. That's part of the issue.
We're trying to make you sound like a normal person so that we can get some dates.
Yeah, Colin's right. Clean apartment. But that's
clean apartment? Check, dude. Fucking basic level. Everyone
okay.
Because what's the alternative? Love a little bit of dust. Love a little bit of a mucky floor.
No, I just keep my shit white. It doesn't matter. Even cold beer, cold apartment, even colder art.
And then if the next picture is Slutty David, quite the combo.
And then something about ice because there's an ice cube in that photo.
So Colin says I'm not a fan of clean apartment for some reason. Jason Bateman stuff. Yeah. Patrick Bateman, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Do we want to keep Jason Bateman's the actor, right? I got that wrong before. I think that was my fault. Do we keep the prompt or change the prompt?
So we got simple pleasures, my most irrational fear. I'm convinced that I recently discovered that my greatest strength. Dating me is like, what is dating you like?
I don't know. I assume exhausting.
Oh,
What's
don't
being
put that.
Friends with me like? I don't know. Like, I'm always
it's not about.
You say one thing to me, and I'm like, here is an essay about how that relates to Marx's idea of the 80s progressive movement.
I know.
Like, I imagine that's going to be tiring.
I don't know. Unique and informative.
There you go.
Yeah. A clean apartment. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So okay. So maybe we keep the prompt, but we change
Okay.
the clean apartment, cold beer, good art.
I quite like Bleach's idea of cold beer, cold apartment, even colder art. I think that's very good. But it also predicates on them knowing that what the prompt was previously. That's it, like
Right.
it's a joke
And
for us,
and
not for them.
exactly. And our
Yeah.
we want to keep our target audience in mind here, right?
What do people like?
What are your simple pleasures? Let's start there, and we'll try and pair back until we find the human voice in there
Sorry,
somewhere.
were you confused? My simple
What
pleasure.
the fuck do you mean your simple pleasure is a clean apartment? A clean apartment
makes
is
me
a
happy.
bare minimum. It's a bare minimum.
Okay, if I've said this to you before, my ideal afternoon / day / like thing is I like it when it's kind of quiet out, temperature's right, and I can put my feet up on the balcony, read a book, and have 1,000 beers. That is my like all-time favorite thing. That's my like ideal day.
Right.
If I could do that every day, I would.
Okay. That sounds wonderful. It doesn't, and that sounds wonderful for an adventure for a single male. But we're trying to have it does. Bleach is right. It comes off a little bit alcoholic-y, right? But we're trying to create a warm, welcoming environment. What's life like? What's the ideal life like? What's the ideal day like with a partner? You're going like on a date. What's that ideal look like? You know?
It's a really great question, James.
You're focused here. We want to focus out there. You know what I mean?
This is like we're borderline into some like stuff that my therapist is constantly talking to me about.
I know, we share notes. We've been over that. Yep.
Well, we've been over that.
Yep.
My ideal like an ideal day with like a partner.
Yes, perfect. Here we go.
So it would be morning. You know, okay. Let's assume that we're doing every activity together for the purpose of this experiment. This thought experiment. So it would be like wake up, go for a walk to like a nice coffee shop that we like, get a really nice coffee.
What if an easier way of saying that first bit is just big walk?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, dude, we can't.
You made fun of me. You made fun of me.
No, and we're still there. I'm still fully making fun of it.
I fucking come on. Look, it would be coffee in the morning.
So sorry. Hold on. I'm taking notes here. So
you're taking notes.
Your ideal David's ideal day with a partner. Okay, hit me with it. What is it? What are we saying?
So it would be go for a bit of a stroll in the morning, like decent walk, get the blood pumping to a coffee shop, get a coffee and walk back. You know, stroll back at leisure. Then some kind of cooking brunch situation with some nice music playing. Maybe I'm cooking and she's doing something else, but we're in the same space. You know what I'm saying? Because I love cooking. I love cooking for other people.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at what you're saying. I looked down at the chat and I saw Bleach say a big walk and it set me off again. All right, yeah.
Y'all were fucking doubting me, but it is descriptive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then,
sure.
you know, mid-arvo. This is tricky because I've been
wow. We have skipped a big portion of the day here. We went for a stroll in the morning to get coffee, a leisurely stroll home. We cooked brunch with music playing, which, by the way, everyone, Sam and I do this, right? Well, we're cooking breakfast or whatever, and you put a record on, and everyone's like, it's so magical. It's not that magical. Specifically around the record thing, you got 15 minutes of record playing before it needs to be flipped over. It's not. I'm just saying,
it's playing a record.
Okay, sure.
Spotify can't.
Right, you're playing David's Saturday playlist, which we will get into at a different time. David has
presumably just Taylor Swift.
David has themed every single day of. David has themed every single day of his week, and then he has developed very specific playlists around all of those days.
Hang on.
And when he was telling me about this, it was super weird. He was wearing like a raincoat. He was holding like an axe, and he was talking about Huey Lewis and the News. It was very strange, but yeah.
1 second.
Okay.
You keep You keep
For sure.
thinking. You keep. I'm gonna be back in 5. It would have been. I would have
Just
been back.
you go. Yeah. We really need to, I'll tell you this. We really need to get to the bottom of his playlists one day. Because it's someone, we were drinking at his place and someone casually brought it up. Like, oh yeah, David and his playlists and how he themes every day. And then has these incredibly elaborate playlists for the theme of those days. And I was like, it was like the scene in Saving Private Ryan where the fucking bomb goes off next to him and there's just the ringing and he's disorientated. I'm like, what the fuck? We can't breeze over that. What are we talking about? And now he's come back looking like Inspector fucking Gadget. What's happening?
Is this good? You said trench coat. This good? Is this good?
Okay, dude. Okay. And this coat plus the like weird machete that you have and stuff, it's an odd combo. It's an odd combo.
So okay, I need some clarity on this thought exercise, James. Is it a Saturday or a Sunday? What's the what day are we talking about? Because you said Saturday before, and I was imagining a Sunday.
Well, you're getting confused with the other prompt. Was the other prompt, what does a Sunday look like?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting confused. Which day
sure.
are you talking about?
Sunday, sure. We'll say Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have like an ideal like mid-arvo. Well, because to my mind, it's like once you get past about, you have your brunch and then you kind of do your thing, your pottering and stuff like that around the house. Doing you got to do life shit. And then it would be going out to like either going out to a nice bar that you like that's chill for a couple of afternoon bevies, or balcony, couple bevies, hanging out, nice charcut, something like that, big walk and a big grog. That's my life.
Yeah,
Bleach is big walk and big grog.
So to run it back, a stroll in the morning to a coffee shop, leisurely stroll back home, cooking brunch with music playing, potter around the house - life shit. Mid-afternoon going out to a nice bar for a few Sunday Arvo bevies.
Yeah, for some bevies.
Okay.
Yeah. And then probably like in an ideal world, either dinner and a movie, or if one has the capability, it obviously depends on work the next day, or or cook something really nice at home. Like it's like an effort, because I do that every week anyway. Like I like a big undertaking in the kitchen. You would have seen that on my camera roll for how much food there is.
Yeah,
I like sitting down and cooking.
Right.
And then either going out and doing like a meal and a movie, or doing that at home kind of thing.
For sure. Okay. Colin is right. He's saying that a potter around the house is about 75% of the day. That's accurate.
Yeah.
And Police says Netflix and chill. So you'd pop in a Netflix and chill maybe mid-early night, or like probably post-dinner, I think. It's probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'd stopped paying for Netflix, password sharing stuff, but in function, yes, it is Netflix.
David was one of the people that got caught in the password sharing net. They tarred and feathered him. They named and shamed him. And he said, I'm a Disney boy now.
They sent me an email. And they were like, hey, you're one of them. You need to pay to add more users. And I was like,
so your simple pleasures, clean apartment, we have to fully cut that.
Okay.
Because that's cold beer, good art. There's so much. Look, we have really bitten off more than we can chew. And
I don't know if we can't do this
in a little over an hour. There's so much.
This could be next week as well.
There's too much to tear down and rebuild.
James, is this the first ever 2-part episode of The Advisory? There are many references to drinking, because I am a functional alcoholic. Yes. Is it worrying? It's not worrying if I'm functional. He said, just opening a beer.
Right. Sorry, aren't we doing an entire day of drinking tomorrow as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not an entire day. We're gonna do it after we do the work.
For sure.
I'm just built different.
Right. So like 75% of the day of drinking. Yeah, for sure.
Uh huh.
Yeah, maybe it's a lot of like alcohol focused things in um
I'm not.
in the
Listen, I wasn't conveying a prompt. I was responding to your question.
for
We need to
sure.
craft the prompt now.
For sure. Okay. So you're oh man.
I don't know. One of my simple pleasures. I don't know. I
See,
really
this-
like genre sci-fi books. You can't put that. It's
Right.
so niche. Everything I like is niche and weird.
Okay. Fuck, dude. There's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Maybe there's like a
Tricky.
fun little like Star Trek joke you can make off one of these prompts or something. Maybe simple pleasures isn't even what you want as the prompt.
James.
Look, we need to just get one. We've done the photos, okay? The photos I think we feel good about. I think
Let's do one and we can
we
circle
need
back.
to at least nail one prompt here. Okay?
There's different categories.
Okay.
Let me go to the okay, let me run through the categories.
What's your most irrational fear just really quickly?
Irrational?
Yeah. Like every
The
time you jump in the deep end of a pool, you think there's a shark.
Oh, I am terrified of like insects. All of them.
In
They'll
what
freak me
capacity?
out.
In the crawling into your orifices?
There's no specific. I just see them and I freak out. Not good with insects. The rest of my fears are rational, like the end of the world and capitalism. But it's insects.
Okay.
Spiders specifically freak me out.
That's sorry.
Hey, Bleach, fuck
Bleach.
off. Hey, Bleach, fuck off.
Bleach, that is so fucking funny. Bleach says you being afraid of insects is an ick. That is so funny. That is so fucking funny.
I feel personally
You know,
attacked
dog,
by
you
that.
know exactly how that's going. Hey, like, oh fuck. A fucking grody fucking giant grasshopper got in the house. Quick, David, do something about it. What's your response to that?
Not. Absolutely not. I'm not going.
So you're
I'm not going in that
cowering
fucking
behind
room.
something, and you're like, you
I'm
get it
hiding behind her.
right. You're pushing her at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a sacrifice.
All right. So let's circle back to what Bleach said, and we'll just say probably pretty accurate on that. Let's not tell on ourselves here. You know what I mean? Let's not ick ourselves out before we even have the potential for a date. You know. So what's
It's occurring to me that this episode and next episode are really an opportunity for me to just be put on blast 24/7.
for sure. What's a way to win you over? If a girl wants to win you over, what's she doing?
The trouble with that question is I have had very bad relationships previously. Okay.
Oh
let
god,
me
dude!
think about.
Don't spiral. Don't spiral now. Stay up. Stay up.
Okay.
Stay afloat.
Okay, let me park all of that and think about the one relationship, the one that got away, the one
No,
where it was like I could.
Okay, no, dude. We don't even want to. Like, this is a
I'm trying
weird.
to put myself in the mindset.
It's a weird
of, like,
headspace to
what
get
it
in.
was,
Instead of thinking
how
about a
how she got
potential
me.
future partner,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
what is it that you're looking for that they could do? Like, what's a thing that they could do or say, a way for them to stand out, and you'd be like, oh shit, okay. Not, yes, let me cast my mind back to a love once lost.
Well, I thought it would be
Mary and I,
helpful as
she approached me when I was absolutely blind drunk in the ditch after one of those beer things came to town. You know how it is. And she says to me, you look a little bit like Picard. And I said, my God, you've won me over. You know what I mean? Why don't we cast our mind back to fucking
No,
a love
was
lost?
just thinking,
Let's think
I
to
was trying
new.
to think about what it was that she did that like attracted me, got me interested, and then you turned it into something else. That was happened.
Yeah. Bleach says a
Bleach
cute
is right.
leftist girl to overthrow the bourgeoisie.
Yeah. I think a big thing for me is like compassion and empathy, and like if someone is willing to meet me in my weirdness. And I think like having your own interests, having your shit together, and just not necessarily like having worked out your life, but like trying to passionately pursue stuff you give a shit about. Like find like there is something really attractive to me about meeting someone who's like, this is the thing that I like. This is just my shit. And like, unashamedly just being fully into that, whatever it is.
For sure. I get that, and I love when someone is passionate about something, irregardless of what it is.
Yeah.
Passionate people are infectious. Fully agree with you there. Do you need those characteristics in a partner?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's part of the problem. Passion is hard. Bleach is right. I don't know. This is part of the exercise I think that we're undertaking is like, I kind of don't know what I'm looking for. Is another issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way to win me over is fuck knows. And that's your...
You tell me.
Yeah.
Is that anything? The way to win me over is you tell me? That's not anything.
No. Let's scroll. We'll find another prompt.
Okay. Well, just sing out if a category resonates with you. Voice first.
Well, see, another reason to widen the net. That's a good point, Bleach.
Yeah, it's true. Voice first.
We have 15 minutes here. We have 15 minutes to nail down
before I have to go.
To nail down a prompt and to get you at least a little bit to shape it a little bit to send you out into the dating realm.
And then and then next week we can finesse based on the feedback from this week.
For sure.
Because I can put it out there and see what happens. Voice first, story time, self-care, my type. Let's chat about or date vibes. I don't know what date vibes means. That's very nebulous. Let's chat about my type. So, did any of these jumping out to you, James?
What's your cry in the car song?
I don't know that I would cry in the car. Music doesn't really do that for me, I don't think.
See, maybe, and this isn't like the funny answer, but my self-care routine is maybe then we can start to like work back in some of the stuff that we've already got. You know, my self-care routine is getting the apartment right. You know, sitting down with a book and a drink. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we're starting to we're keeping those elements. But
taking that time,
but we're sort of
present.
We're communicating in a way that's like, hey, this is what I need for me. Yes, more human.
Less psycho.
Less psycho.
Okay. Sound off, Bleach and Colin, if you guys have a suggestion. My self-care routine is, and then we need to provide a prompt. The example they've got is nightly meditations, a face mask, like I had on.
Yep.
Peppermint tea.
David's problematic face mask. Yep.
Fucking hate tea. Okay. My self-care routine, we got to work on what we have so far.
Sure.
I really like getting out of the fucking apartment, getting in the sun, and I'm gonna say big walk, but I mean this. Going for a walk and just like being in nature and I'm not a big hiker, but like I like walking by the creek and I enjoy watching the water and the way that like over time as I live here it changes the shape of like the sand and things like the
for sure
the bank.
But
and things let's
and then sort of let's find that full stop and let's come back just about a sentence and we'll place it. Book and balcony sesh. Big walk, big book, big balcony sesh.
That makes it sound sexual.
Beers.
Yeah. No, I don't like nature walks. I like kind of.
Yeah, I get
anyway,
you mean
okay.
Being in. Yeah, it's like a time to reset, and it's getting out into a different environment. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Maybe it's like getting out of the house, like because it's like moving and like I don't. You know what I'm saying? Help me out, guys. I can't do this by myself.
Really quick. Are you trying to no fats this? Is that what you're trying to do here?
No, I just like that.
Okay. Just making sure. Just
touching
making
grass
sure.
is
okay?
Bleach has 100% nailed what I'm trying to say. I like touching because so much of my life is screens and fucking computers and just like above the fucking shoulders. Just fucking noise, and it's just nice to go for a big walk and just watch the world, because I don't do that so often. Do you know what I mean? Be in
Right.
it.
And then we could
Be
we could
around it.
probably work in there some like a nice way of saying big walk, big book.
Big walk, big book, big balcony.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Start.
Okay.
You're the writer. Start writing some things about.
But my concern is that
Oh,
what
we'll
I've
pare
written
down. We'll edit.
previously
We'll
don't
edit.
like.
Don't you worry. You
My
write how
self-care
you
routine
normally write.
is-
We'll edit.
Is taking the time to get out of the house and
Okay.
taking the time to get. I'm just gonna start writing. Taking the time to get out of the house and resetting, doing something. I don't want to say in nature, because that makes me sound like I'm a big nature guy, and I'm not. Doing something that makes me feel connected to the world and myself.
Yeah.
First draft.
And for
First
sure.
draft.
I'm gonna. Here's what sprung into my mind, and this is just because I know you, okay, and I know that there's a lot of. I know that you've got the jacket, you've got the big knife, you've got sort of like the history of the Patrick Bateman sort of essence to you.
Discriminatory. But go on.
The first thing I thought of, doing something that makes me feel connected to the world and myself, felt like you meant do a kill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Colin's right. Yeah, the first half is good. It did sound like do it.
It did, yeah. It felt like, I need to do something. Makes me feel alive. Like to see the life drain out of it. It's like, whoa, dude. Whoa.
Well, do we just list a few examples? So, like,
Okay, yeah.
reading a, is it reading or engrossing myself in a book?
It's
Or, like,
reading.
what's
It's
the-
reading. It's reading.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
reading.
we're trying not to
dude.
be weird. Reading a book. Reading a book. Going for a walk, and
Maybe you can put like cold bev in here now. Maybe something. Yeah, grabbing a coffee. Yeah, because you like to do a stroll in the morning to a coffee shop. You know.
yeah, maybe it's going for a walk to a coffee shop, and we combine them.
Right.
And because lists come in threes, and in real life, because we're not trying to weird them out, I'm just telling you what I would really write here if I was being honest. Is
Yeah.
and like getting a solid writing session in. That always makes me feel like I'm kind of connected to reality. But we
Okay.
can't weird them out, so we need to say
But
something
sure, you
else.
can write it down. You can write it down, and we can edit.
Okay, well, to go for a walk, and I'd say something like working on a manuscript, which is the most alien shit ever.
Colin, please, please.
Colin,
We're trying to
whose side
distance
are you on?
ourselves.
Whose side are you on, Colin?
Tidying up the apartment.
Well, no, hang on, cooking. I love cooking. I feel really cooking is related to that, right?
Perfect. Thank God we
and-
got rid of the word manuscript. Thank you.
Yeah. And cooking something awesome. Do people say awesome?
I feel like delicious is probably like still
Cooking some-
okay.
Okay. Do we have a period or no period?
But yeah, full stop. We're not fucking savages, David.
I don't know. Hey,
My
we got
self-care
one.
routine is taking the time to get out of the house and resetting, reading a book, going for a walk to a coffee shop, and cooking something delicious. Normal. A little bit normal, kind of.
I changed and to or just for conceptual accuracy. I've ruined it by saying conceptual accuracy is what's
Yeah,
happening.
exactly. You did. And
Yeah.
also, Colin's got a good point. I don't hate it. Yeah. I'm not in love, but I don't hate it.
Guys, we have an entire hour next week to do the same thing again.
Oh,
To completely overthink
wow.
my Hinge profile.
Guys, you thought this when you thought that this episode was hitting its stride. Don't worry. It'll be back in full exact same force next week.
Exactly the same.
Keep in mind that this is an advice podcast, and at no point did we answer anyone's questions
To
or
be
give them
fair,
advice.
No, you were giving me advice the
That's
whole time
true.
on my
That's true.
dating profile.
Crowdsourcing
and also,
the advice.
The advisory, famous for not doing advice.
Yeah, don't let the boss find that one out though. I mean,
Don't tell. Hey, you guys out there? Don't tell the boss.
my self-care routine is taking time to get out of the house and resetting, reading a book, going for a walk to a coffee shop, cooking something delicious.
Is the M dash weird? People don't use
No,
M dash.
I love M dash. You know, I love an M dash.
Yeah, but do people?
Fuck them. They're gonna get an M dash. All
You
right.
said your whole thing has been not fuck people, attract the bros. That's a grammatical device that very few people use. You know what? We're keeping it.
The standout. It's a little standout. It's a little flourish.
It is very me as well. We have the Adam image.
Yep.
The image of me which says never trust an Adam. They make up everything.
Yep. We shuffled some pictures around. Yeah.
We shuffled some pictures. We got the group photo.
Yep.
We haven't edited this prompt, so I'm going to skip it.
Yeah, the Sunday one we're really going to come back to. Yep.
This is pretty funny. My blue steel. That's actually quite good.
Slutty
like
D-Mac. Yep, we love it.
He's James, they'll be simping for that one. Is that right?
Don't try and say like contemporary phrases.
Yeah.
And
that's where we got to, and then we've added the family photo at the end.
And we leave with a little bit of like family wholesomeness, you know?
We're gonna need to add a caption to that next week to convey that. But we can work on it.
We can can Photoshop in Toretto into the background, and we can just have the caption say "Family is everything," you know, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna end this episode because I need to order dinner, and also I have a thing I need to get to. I just realized I'm gonna have to not be wearing this when I leave the house. Okay. So here's the deal. Next week, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the app as much as possible this week with this new profile and see what happens. I'll report back, and then we can continue the kind of editorial process of fixing my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound good?
Oh my god. Speaking of which, Bleach, I just Googled Hinge cringe and I found Hinge cringe hub at Hinge cringe hub on Instagram is a thing. So I know what I'm gonna be spending some time looking at after this. But yeah, like Colin said, we need updates on whether you get matches or not. So yeah, the plan is for you to, you know, we touched up a few things, you know.
Yeah, we got work to do. Work to do.
The work has begun, but come back next week to finish the job.
And hey, if you're out there and you know about other apps that we should be considering and shit like that, let us know. You know what I'm saying?
And take more photos during the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Between now and then. Come prepared.
I'll ask Ruby to send me some of hers. I know she's got a bunch of me.
It's a very good point, Colin,
James,
that he needs to come prepared. Yeah, that's true.
Hire a photographer. Well, Ruby is a photographer, so she's got a bunch of me. I'll get her to send them to me. But I think that's the episode. I've got to be honest. This is some of the most fun I've had in a long time. If you enjoyed this and you like what we do, you can find all of our socials and links and our email address in the show notes of this episode. You can join the conversation like Colin and Bleach on the Rocks live 6 p.m.
Thank
AST.
Thank you to Bleach and Colin, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you for helping.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for
dragging me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for helping us sift through the massive Jurassic Park style pile of shit that was David's Hinge profile.
It's a lot of work.
To help pick out the nugs. We appreciate that you've come and that you've, you know, really it's like when there's a big move and you just need to get as many hands on the project as you can. Everyone just grab a box. I feel like that's what we're doing.
100%. And look, if you're out there listening to this before next Thursday at 6 p.m. AST, twitch.tv/Black Society, you need to get involved because we can't do this alone. We're asking these boys to lift some of the heaviest loads that exist. You could help us out. We need all hands on deck. Twitch.tv/Black Society, 6 p.m. AST every Thursday. Next Thursday, part 2. We appreciate the heck out of it. And don't forget, currently we're looking for submissions for creative projects where you can submit your project and we will provide funding to you with a cool thing that you have in the back of your head where you're like, if only I had X amount of dollars to get started. We want to provide that to you. We have a pool of $1,000 AUD, which I know Australian currency sounds made up. You'll have to punch that into your little converter. We would love to help you out. We'd love to provide you some funding to get your creative projects started. You can find the link in the show notes. It is bit.ly/BSS-submit. That is bit.ly/BSS-submit. Send us your crazy idea that you've always wanted to do that you need a bit of cash for. We would love to fund it and help you get a start on your next creative venture. Wherever you consume this, whether it's a podcast, whether it's on the YouTube, whether you're watching it live, consider giving us a rating or a review on your platform of choice. Any engagement helps more people find us and helps people like you who think the stuff we do is fun find us. But to be completely honest with you, the best way to help our show is to send this episode to someone you think might like it, to your friend, to your nan, to your grandma, whoever. Send this episode to them. We appreciate the heck out of it. This has been yet another episode of The Advisory. Thank you so much for watching and listening. James, take us out with your famous catchphrase.
Big loads this week, bigger loads next week.
Thank you so much. We will catch you the same bad time, same bad channel next week.